Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Here's a quick tutorial on the Vampy Vixen look I created using Kylie Cosmetics Burgundy eyeshadow palette and the lip kit in the shade Vixen. So first off, I'm taking a damp beauty blender sponge and I'm applying my foundation all over my face and neck for even medium coverage. And I did apply moisturizer 5 minutes before doing this to use as a primer. Next, I'm going to go ahead and take a Dipbrow and fill in my eyebrows. Um, I like to use short, light strokes just to make sure it looks a little bit more realistic or clean. And I'm going to go ahead and fill in the areas that's a little sparse with hair, or fill in the areas that the hair is growing back just to make it a little fuller. And I'm doing this with an angle brush. And it doesn't matter if you use gel, powder, or pencil. It's all good. And remember, eyebrows are sisters, not twins. So now I'm taking a cream concealer and I'm going to go ahead and apply that to the outside of my eyebrows to clean it up. And I'm going to blend up with a flat brush. And I usually like to go in with concealer within 2 shades or 2 different types just to make sure it pops. And usually I do this before I apply my foundation, but today I did it after. So I'm going to take my sponge and tone down that highlight a bit because I don't need the forehead highlighted like that. So now I'm going under my brows to clean up the bottom part and I'm going to blend down. And I take the Beauty Blender sponge and do the same as I did to my forehead, just to tone down the shade because it's a little too yellow for me. And I'm gonna fill back in whatever I messed up. And now I'm gonna take a gold concealer, and I prefer the gold highlights, and I'm just gonna go in over that just to, bring that down a bit. And I'm just gonna blend up to make sure everything's blended nicely. Just like before, take that sponge to tone it down a bit. I'm going to do the same for under my brows. Fill that back in the area that I messed up at. And now I'm going to take a cream concealer palette. I took 2 palettes from Anastasia Beverly Hills and created one, just the medium and the deep dark palette, just because I like some of the colors from both. And I use both. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight all the areas of my face where the light's hitting. And the brush that I'm using is the highlight and contour brush from Cover FX. It's 2-sided, and I love to use that brush because it's basically great for what it's for. And now I'm going to add a few more areas just to make sure I get everything, and take a wet beauty blender sponge, a different one, and just blend everything up and all together flawlessly to make sure everything's been cut and chiseled the way I like it. And I forgot to put some in that area, so that's why I'm applying it now. And just make sure you blend, 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 and blend upward, and blend everything into each other. And it doesn't matter if you use liquid or cream. I like to use both, depending on the day. I'm just going to continue to blend that in just to make sure everything's good. So now I'm taking another concealer and I'm going to apply that under my eyes only and just make sure I blend up just to give it more of a pop. And make sure you get all under the eyes. So now I'm going to take my setting powders. I used to want to set my contours and want to set my highlights. And I just apply that with another wet beauty blender and a small shadow brush for those areas. And I did let this sit for about a good 5 minutes. And I'm going to apply the highlighter shade to the areas where I applied my highlighter concealer, just to have that set with my wet beauty blender, or damp, I'm sorry. And I love these powders because it sets everything so perfect. I prefer to use these instead of setting sprays half the time. So now I'm going to take a kabuki brush and blend everything in together and remove that excess powder. And now I'm going to go ahead and take my first shade of blush and my second shade. I love to use 2 shades, and then my highlighter, and highlight the areas that I would like to have highlighted. And I'm going to go ahead and take my eyeshadow primer, apply that all over my lid. And Urban Decay's Primer Potion has always been my favorite. It's been my favorite for years now. And now I'm going to go ahead and apply the first shade of my Kylie lip kit. And I believe that shade is the color Brick. And I'm going to apply that to the outer crease of my eyes and blend it in nicely. The next color is going to be Beach, and I'm going to go in my inner corner and inner crease and blend that out with a fluffy blending brush also. And now I'm going to take Dubai and apply that to the portion of my lids with a flat brush. And now I'm taking Almond and I'm going back in and applying that to the creases of my eyes again. And now I'm taking Dubai and I'm adding that to my lower lash line. So now I'm going to take an eyeliner and apply that to my eyes in 3 sections to achieve a winged look. And I usually like to start in sections just to make sure I don't mess up. And I'm going to go ahead and add my favorite lashes with a liquid eyelash glue and apply that with tweezers. And these were cut just to be 1/4 was cut off, just to make it fit my eyes. And I'm going to go back over with a liner just to cover any glue. So I'm going to take a pencil and just line my lower waterline. I'm sorry, eyeline. And I'm just going to take a brush and smudge that out just for even coverage. I'm going to take my lip liner and line my lips. My lips are pretty full, so I'm just lining them to give it precision. And I do have a little bit of concealer on my lips already. And I'm going to apply my liquid lipstick. And these are pretty great. They dry fast and they smell awesome and they don't get all over the place. I'm going to make sure I get the inner portion of my lips because they're full. And voila, we're done. This look was pretty simple and easy to achieve and fast to create. Thank you so much. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Ashley87 and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Enjoy.